Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to sit down and do a get ready with me video. I haven't done one of these in such a long time, but I do want to say prepare yourself because this is going to be pretty long. I got very chatty. You might want to grab a cup of coffee or tea, but I'm just doing my go-to weekend look. This is a very natural look. I'm just using a BB cream. It's Saturday morning and I was just in one of those moods where I want to sit down and chat with you guys, so I hope that you enjoy, and let's go ahead and begin. I already put on my moisturizer. I've gone back to using the La Mer. I'm using the soft cream this time because anytime, if you hear that noise, that's Mickey. He's right behind me. I don't know if you can see, but he just snored. But yeah, so I've gone back to using La Mer. Anytime I stray away from this, I end up going back and I try to be a little bit nicer to my budget, but it's just, there's nothing like it. It's amazing. So I already put that on, and I always like to start first with a little bit of lip balm. I'm using the Kapari Lip Love. This is kind of got a little bit of a glossy finish, but it's got coconut oil and oh, it smells so good, feels so amazing. So I'm going to start with my BB cream. I'm using the Bobbi Brown BB cream. Today's Saturday, so I do have my coffee here and I'm ready to start the day. I'm a little bit, I don't know, I started to feel like I was getting sick last night. My throat was feeling kind of swollen, but I feel better today, so fingers crossed I'm not getting sick or anything. But I have the BB cream from Bobbi Brown in the color Fair. I go back and forth between using this on days when I don't feel like I need a lot of coverage, or the Armani Power Fabric Foundation, but this I have in 3.5. I feel like it's a little bit too light. So I'm gonna use this with my Eco Tools Ultimate Buff Brush. This is my favorite. And then I just kind of go back in with my Beauty Blender and press it into my skin. So I'm actually gonna just, oh wait, first I need to pull my hair up. Got my headband here. I cannot do my makeup without pulling my hair away from my face, otherwise, and I sometimes even when I do this, I still get bronzer in my hair, so I have little bronze pieces of hair. Isn't this cute? This was something that Ella sent me in a PR package. I thought it's adorable. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through. So I'm just dotting this all over. And I like this because it has an SPF of 35. So even though I wear an SPF, I still like to use double coverage when I can. The sun is strong in Florida. And I'm a little bit shaken up this morning. I was out walking Mickey and someone was walking their dog right next to, or not walking, well, they had their dog off the leash playing fetch, and the dog kept going down to the edge of the water, and it was right where I've seen an alligator 2 times or 2 days in a row, like a big alligator. And I'm like, you may want to be careful. I let her know. It's really scary here though, because you never know. There are small ponds all around, and I mean, even the smallest, most shallow body of water, you can never be too careful. Even if there's not water, but there's a lot of trees and brush, there's swampy areas that alligators like to hang out in. So I never let Mickey off leash. If you don't know who Mickey is, he's my little, I have a little Maltese. But he's so small that I just get nervous with things like that, so. But it was the same thing when we lived in Charleston too. So in Charleston, we had a lot of alligators that were around, and we actually lived near a pond there too, so I already knew to be cautious. But some people really, they just don't know, especially if you're new to the area. You're just not used to thinking about that, you know. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more on. I like this because it doesn't have too much coverage, but it's kind of buildable. So if I feel like I need a little bit more, if I know I'm going to be spending some time outside, it doesn't last nearly as long as the Armani foundation. The Armani will stay on all day long, even through the humidity and heat here, but this, it starts to kind of go away a little bit on my T-zone, but it's not terrible. And when I'm looking for something with lighter coverage, I really like this. Okay, so I just pressed it in a little bit with the sponge. And now I'm going to use the Chanel Corrector Concealer. This, when I used to sell Chanel years ago, this was always my go-to because people loved this, but it's not something that you hear about very often. And this was before there was Shape Tape and things like that. So I worked in a store where people would come and try to get the Bobbi Brown concealer kits. These were when these were really popular. And you know, the ones with the 2 concealers. So I would demonstrate this and put this on people, and it's just amazing how it moves with your skin. So it's a gel-based concealer, and it doesn't settle into any fine lines. It has amazing coverage, but it feels lightweight, which is nice. I don't like to feel like I'm wearing a ton of concealer, but I do have dark circles that need to be covered. So I have to wear it, and I like to do a little bit on my nose like this and on the top of my forehead where my foundation wears away. So I like a concealer that's not too heavy, but that also has some good coverage. So this is amazing. It's definitely pricey for a concealer, but it works so well, and you don't need a ton of it. So this will last for a really long time. I just started going back to using it though because I kind of forgot about it for a while. I'm actually gonna take a little bit onto these spots that I have here. Don't pay attention to my eyebrows because they need to be waxed so bad. You guys, I haven't been to get my eyebrows done since before Christmas. This was November. It's really a problem, and every time I remember that I need to do it, I forget to make an appointment. I remember, and then later on I mean to text her and make an appointment, and then I forget, and then next thing I know, it's April. To set my concealer, I'm going to use a little bit of the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder up under my eyes. I like this because it's very finely milled so it doesn't settle, and it just adds a little bit of brightness. For bronzer, I'm using the Chanel Soleil. This is a cream bronzer. I love this so much, and this will last forever. All you need is a tiny little bit, and I use it on my skin perfecting brush from Eco Tools. So a couple of weeks ago, I started to do yoga again for the first time in years. I think it's been maybe 3 years, maybe 4 years, 4 years that I've actually gone to a yoga class, and I did hot yoga, which, oh my gosh, I forgot how intense it was, but it has been amazing. I've been going for the past 2 weeks. I've gone twice now, and I just love it so much. It's just, if you've never been, you don't realize that you have the capability to sweat as much as you do. It is disgusting, but oh, it feels so good, and it's just really good for detoxifying, and yeah, I love it so much. I'm definitely going to continue going, but I've been going with a friend of mine, and it is so nice. But I'm also still doing the Tracy Anderson method that I talked to you guys about. I love doing her streaming program that she has, and it's like you pay a monthly fee and then you do classes online, and they renew, or there's a new class every Thursday, so a new one starts and they build on each other. And she used to only offer just one class every week, but now she does an intermediate, or a beginner, an intermediate, and an advanced. So there's a variety of options, and it's really nice. I love doing it. I've tried other workout programs and things, and I'm just not the type of person to keep up with a gym membership and be motivated to go. I just don't like, I don't know, I don't like going to the gym and working out in front of a ton of people. I feel like yoga is a little bit different, but I don't know, something about it just makes me feel intimidated. So I like doing Tracy at home, and I move all of my furniture out of my living room, which is kind of a pain, but it's just a nice thing. I do it every morning, and I actually got Matt doing it this year, and we've been pretty consistent. Going to Dallas kind of threw us off a little bit, but we're getting back into the swing of things now. And I wanted to talk to you guys about Dallas because I haven't sat down and talked to you guys. I did vlog when we were there, but when I got back home and looked at what I vlogged, I did not do a good job with it at all. I can tell that I haven't vlogged in a really long time because we were so busy. It was kind of boring. Like, all I was showing was what I was wearing, and it just turned into, it would have been maybe a 3-minute video. So I didn't upload it because I feel like I could just tell you guys more about it, and I ended up doing a blog post, so if you want to read that, I'll have it linked down below. But it was so much fun. It's crazy how I'm using a little bit of the NARS Laguna bronzer. I have this travel kit of the Laguna bronzer and Orgasm blush, and I love it. But it's crazy how I started blogging when I was in school. I went to school for fashion retail management, if you don't know that. So I was in school for fashion, and I knew that I wanted to do something online. So I had a blog back then called Style Frenzy, which I wish so badly I could still find, because I think it would be hilarious to see the type of things. I do remember doing a lot of like celebrity get the look, where I would make a collage. I was learning how to use Photoshop back then with school. So I would make collages on Photoshop of like Lindsay Lohan's outfit and Lauren Conrad, and it was just like very early 2000s. It was mid 2000s. It was around 2006, 2007. But yeah, it's funny to think of how things come full circle. I had a blog for when I was in school, and then I stopped doing it. Then I started working, and then when I started this YouTube channel back in 2010, it was called Glamour Wonderland. So I did a blog called glamourwonderland.com, and I've talked about this before, but the blog ended up getting deleted. Everything was gone, and I had been doing it at that time probably for either three years, I want to say. So 3 years worth of posts, all of my photos. I'd worked really hard on it. Everything was gone. And it's funny because I was actually with Reward Style back then, but once my blog was deleted, this was before, I guess it was when Instagram was out, but it wasn't as popular as it is now, and I definitely wasn't using it in any way to promote my blog or anything like that. I was just using it for fun. Okay, really fast, I'm going to use my Laura Mercier translucent powder to set this. But yeah, what I was saying is I was using Instagram more just for playing around, and I think I would talk about my YouTube channel there and stuff, but it wasn't, Reward Style wasn't really doing the like to know it thing then, so they weren't really connected to Instagram. So because I lost my blog, I was dropped from their program, I guess. I don't really remember how it all happened, but yeah, so when I started my blog back, I relaunched my blog at the end of 2017, and it was such a crazy time for me because I went through this, I've talked about this a little bit before on my blog, but I went through this time at the end of my 20s where, leading up to 30, where I felt like I needed to do something very purposeful with my life, and I just felt like being on YouTube wasn't a good enough career, or it wasn't, I don't know, I was talking about makeup and doing a lot of fashion content back then, and then I started to transition more into doing lifestyle and doing food videos and health videos, and that's how a lot of you may have found me. And I became a health coach, and I would coach clients privately on the side, and I don't know, I went through this really weird time in my life where I missed talking about fashion. That's what I went to school for. That's what I wanted to do as my career, but I never felt like it was a noble enough thing to do, purposeful enough or meaningful enough. I don't know why. I always felt like there needed to be something extravagant and grand that you needed to do with your life. So the whole time I was doing YouTube, I had a lot of amazing opportunities, but I never felt proud of myself, and I never like acknowledged what I had done. I got sent to CoverGirl to talk to them about trends in the industry and like amazing things that were happening to me way back in 2013 that weren't, you know, it was before this whole influencer thing, which I hate that word, but you know, so I never really appreciated it for what it was. I always felt kind of ashamed of it, and I went for a long time. I ended up completely stopping my YouTube channel for about 6 months. I took a 6-month break. I'm using the Hourglass Mood Exposure Blush. This is the ambient lighting. It's such a pretty color, but it is a little bit dark though, so I like to blend it in. But yeah, so I ended up taking a 6-month break. I went to therapy, which I'm a huge advocate for. If you're able to go to therapy, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's something that we should celebrate rather than kind of, I feel like it's starting to be celebrated now more, but earlier, you know, back in my early 20s, it wasn't something that people wanted to talk about, but at least not where I grew up. But I just felt like I needed to think about what would make me happy. Money aside, you know, if I weren't making any money at all doing it, what would you want to do? That's what I asked myself. That's what my therapist talked to me about. And I had to really it got ugly for a little while, you know, and I didn't really know what was going on. I was dealing with a lot of things. We moved during this time to Orlando, which is the best thing that we've done. Matt and I lived in Charleston, South Carolina for a little bit before. I feel like I'm giving you guys like an entire life recap. I did not intend for this video to turn into this, but wow, it's been a long time since I've sat down and done a video like this. But yeah, so we ended up, I just kind of switched gears, got really clear on what I wanted, and decided to just do something for me. And that was me launching my blog at the end of 2017. And since doing that, I just have been, I feel like I'm so much more myself. I feel so happy, and I don't know, everything shifted, everything started to click into place. I'm using the Dior Show Brow Styler. This is a brow pencil and I love this. I used to use the Anastasia brow, and this one will last, the pencil itself will last a lot longer. It doesn't, I feel like I went through those so fast. So I really like this one a lot, even though my brows are atrocious. But yeah, so I feel like everything started to come into place when I did what I wanted to do without worried about views, without worried about money, without worrying about what was trending. A lot of things like, and it was a hard thing, I think, for me to navigate, because when I started YouTube, I didn't start YouTube to be a YouTuber. There was nothing like that. When I started my channel in 2010, it was just something fun and creative for me to do that kind of turned into getting opportunities that I didn't really know could come from it. And I think it scared me, to be honest. I think I didn't really think that I was good enough, and I didn't think that I deserved it. So I didn't really fully accept what was happening at the time. But yeah, so going back to what I was saying about the Reward Style conference in Dallas, all of that to say this, sorry for such a long story, but I finally felt like I deserved to be there. And I don't mean that from a prideful place at all, but I feel like I can accept that it was something that I worked hard to do to get there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I finally felt like this is me doing what I enjoy and talking about fashion, and it's not something silly or frivolous. It's actually something that I'm very passionate about, something that I enjoy, and it's okay for me to pursue that, and it's okay for me to enjoy that. I did feel a little bit out of place though, because there weren't a lot of YouTubers there. I did meet some, which were amazing to meet, but I just felt like most of the girls all knew each other from Instagram, and I use Instagram, of course, but I don't feel like I'm like in the know on Instagram. It's not where I put most of my focus. I'm definitely still, YouTube has my heart. It will always have my heart. I definitely know more people in the YouTube space than I do Instagram, and I feel like more people who are Instagrammers then will use the Like to Know It and Reward Style and stuff. But if you have no idea what I'm talking about, Reward Style is the company that created the Like to Know It feature on Instagram. So, and it's also the affiliate company that I use. So anytime I link things in the description box of my videos, when you purchase something with one of my links, it's an affiliate link. And yeah, it's basically how I'm able to do what I do here on YouTube. So thank you for supporting my channel and allowing me to do what I love. I feel like if you watch YouTube, then you understand YouTube as a platform, but if you don't watch it, then you just don't get it. So it was fun to be there and to experience something new. Last year I went to VidCon, which was a totally different experience. Both were equally amazing. And in fact, I think I enjoyed the Reward Style conference more just because there were so many successful women there, which just was very inspiring to be around and to see, and it was just such an enjoyable experience, and I wouldn't be able to go without you guys, and it's all thanks to you. So huge 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 thank you. I just feel so humbled that I was able to go, and it's not something that I ever thought would be possible for myself. Okay, I'm gonna set my brows with the Benefit 24-hour brow setter, and I hope that this is gonna work because they are such a mess right now. I don't think anything is helping them out, but we're trying. I'm gonna use I'm not gonna do too much eyeshadow since it's Saturday. I don't feel like doing a ton of eye makeup, but I'm using the Nude on Nude palette from Bobbi Brown. I love this. I think I talked about it in a recent favorites video, and I'm using this shade here called Cream. And I'm just gonna put it all over my lid up to my brow bone. But yeah, so Matt actually went with me to the Reward Style conference, and it was so much fun. We explored downtown Dallas where we were staying, and we found a really cute French cafe that they had there. We actually went there, I think we went there 3 times when we were there. When we find something that we like, we tend to do it a lot. And yeah, so it was just a really great experience. I met a lot of really cool people, and I don't know, it was just cool. And also to say this, if you feel like there's something that you want to do, if you want to start a blog, if you want to start a YouTube channel, I 100% feel like there's still so much space for people here. And I know that you may feel like everyone these days seem like they're trying to be or wants, you know, or pushing themselves to be the next influencer. And I feel like there's room for everyone, and everyone has a different point of view. Everyone has a cool way of looking at things. And yeah, there will be people out there who, you know, may try to cut you down or whatever, but go for it, do what you want to do, follow your heart, and that's all you can do, you know, in life and everything. That doesn't even mean, that's not even just for, you know, trying to do something online. It's anything in life. If you want to do it, no matter what people say, go for it. If anyone ever makes you feel like you can't do something, I just want to encourage you to follow your heart. And you know, you never know what could happen if you just try and do something that's really scary, because all of this has been really scary for me. But yeah, so I'm using the Trench, Twist, and Tool Suite, and I just put those into my crease, and I think that that's all that I'm going to do for eyeliner today. I don't really feel like doing a ton. And then, or not liner, eyeshadow. For liner, where is it? Here it is. So this is the Caviar Ink, which is a gel liner from Bobbi Brown, and I'm actually just going to go up and tight line. I'm not going to do this on camera because it looks really creepy, but basically I'm using the winged liner brush. I don't normally use this one. I don't know where my other one is, from Sigma. And what you do, if you want to know how to do this an easy way, at least this is how I do it, and I feel like it's easy, is you can set your elbow on your table and go up and in between your lashes. So you're not putting it on top, you're just kind of going up and under to give a little bit more definition without having to draw in a line or having to do any shadow. Okay, I went ahead and did my mascara too. I used the Le Volume de Chanel. I wanted to tell you guys about this because I got this little sample from Nordstrom, and I knew when I picked it out that I was going to be mad that I did it because I remember how good it was. I was actually working with Chanel when they launched this. I remember I received it as gratis when I worked for them. Oh, I forgot how good it is, and it's so expensive. I'm not going to buy the full size because I'm not going to let myself do that. I already use too many extravagant things that this is not going to be one that I add to my list. But it's such a good mascara if you're looking for a really volumizing that gives you kind of like that false lashes look. It just, oh, so good. It's kind of a drier formula. Oh, I have a brush here on my face, but it's kind of a drier formula, so I don't know, I like drier formulas. I feel like they hold to curl more. The Estee Lauder Double Wear Lip Liner, I got this on a little gift with purchase from Bloomingdale's. This is in the shade Nude. I'm going to use this to line my lips. Oh, and I forgot to do highlight, so I gotta do that too. I always like to save that for last. This is such a good everyday color. And then for lipstick, I'm going to use the Longwear lipstick from Chanel. I love this. I talk about it all the time. I either wear this color, this is Mary Rose, or Tender Beige, and it just lasts all day long. It's so amazing. So you use the paint side first. So you let it dry, and it feels very dry and tight. It does not feel good just on its own, but then you use this gloss. I wish that they would sell this gloss on its own because it's such a good gloss. Okay, for a little bit of highlight, I'm going to use the Hourglass. This is the Lighting Edit Volume 4. They don't make this anymore, I don't think, but they do sell these products individually. I'll try to link something similar for you guys. I'm going to take this powder here in the middle and do a little bit under my eyes. I just love this. It's very brightening, and if you have dark circles, it just adds a nice highlight. And then I'm going to take, this is the highlight brush from Eco Tools. I always take this Eco Tools brush and just kind of go back and forth with these and do a little bit. I don't like massive amounts of highlights, but I just want a little bit of glow. I may take a little bit of this one on the brush and get the top. Can you see it? It's a very subtle highlight. See it? So pretty. I really love Hourglass products. They're really pretty. Alright, you guys, so that is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you liked it and you want to see more videos like this, then please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and you like beauty and vlogs and fashion and styling content, then be sure to subscribe. I upload new videos every week, and I'm also thinking about incorporating an additional vlog each week, like a weekly vlog or something like that. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. I will see you in my next video.